Yeah, no, we do use supplements. We've been using supplements for a long time, only in the powder form, and it's pretty common for players.
Do you check up then? How much is spoken about? This is the supplements you use. Do you use
Yeah, look, the club are very diligent. The players are only allowed to get supplements from the club that have been checked by our medical team. So we're not allowed to source our own supplements. We're educated that there are supplements on the market which contain illegal stuff, particularly the stuff from the States, and you can buy online. So no, we're educated hard on that stuff, and we're only allowed to take supplements that the club have approved and that they give us.
Have you ever, as captain, had to sit down with the players and say, no performance-enhancing drugs, no...
Never had that conversation, no.
So to your knowledge, no one at West Coast has ever used any performance enhancing?
Do you think you will ever have to, or in the light of today?
Look, I'd be very shocked, be very surprised if I ever had to do that at West Coast, yeah.
Have you ever heard about it in the AFL at other clubs?
No, I haven't, no.
If it turns out this has been quite widespread, Darren, how would that make you feel knowing your opponents have been doing these things illegally?
Yeah, look, I'd just be devastated for the game, not necessarily feeling cheated personally, but I'd just be devastated. I think it would be pretty disappointing to hear that that's going on. Like I said, it'd be a real shock for me. And so, we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, there's a lot to come out yet, and we'll learn more over the next few days.
How important is integrity in sport?
Critical. I think that's what people want to see. They want to see a fair, honest contest, and so let's hope this doesn't take that away.
And it's not just the AFL that's come up in question. Obviously, a lot of different sports.
Yeah.
Do you ever, sitting obviously that Lance Armstrong stuff is pretty powerful. Geez, things can go wrong.
Yeah, look, clearly, performance-enhancing drugs have been a part of sport for a long time, but it does take away. I used to enjoy watching the cycling, but you can't help but think of it as a dirty sport, and so hopefully the Australian sporting codes don't get branded like that.
Yeah, another part of the report today was the use of illicit substances. Given sort of what happened 5 years ago, are you guys prepared for a bit of scrutiny over that?
Yeah, look, people can scrutinise us if they like. I'm pretty confident that our list is in good shape in regards to that.
What kind of steps do you take with the kids coming through? I know you took a lot of, you've got a lot of processes now after that event. With kids coming into the system, what do you do to...
Yeah, look, we're talking about kids coming in. That's obviously, males 18 to 30. That's kind of the illicit drug kind of age group demographic. So that's an issue that we'll always have at sporting clubs, and we'll continue to work on it. We think we've got good processes in place, and guys are educated from the moment they get to the footy club.
Is it hard to educate them? I know you do a great job, and the AFL seems to do a great job, but is it hard to educate everyone?
I think so, yeah. I think it is tough, but it's something that we're willing to do and that we're prepared to do and put the work in. But the majority of guys are committed to their football, and the majority of AFL players are very good in regards to their professionalism and all those sorts of things. So it's not a big issue, I don't think.
It's come right on the start of the season pretty much, or Cups next week. Is it a distraction at all for the players with all this being talked about?
Not really, no, to be honest. We kind of focus on our training, improving every day. This gets a bit of locker room talk, but other than that, no, it's not a distraction. No.
Do you have a team talk about it, sit down and discuss the issue?
No, we haven't as yet.
With all these things that have been going on in the off-season, Melbourne, Adelaide, Collingwood have had some problems as well. Have you ever seen an off-season like this before?
No, I think obviously the scrutiny's picking up on all the AFL clubs, but this has been a pretty busy off-season.
Can I ask about being back here? This is the old school, hunting ground for you. Tell us a bit about your time in Northam.
No, I grew up here, spent the first 15 years of my life here. It was a great town to grow up in, still got family here, and love coming back.
And you said you went and visited your gran and took a few players?
Yeah, I did, yeah. We got some spare time, so I took a few of the boys around to visit my nan. She's 94 in June, I think, so still lives by herself, and she was happy to see the boys.
Did she know the boys? Did you have to introduce
She knew a few of them. I had a few young boys with me. I don't think she knew, but she knew Nikoski. She could pick the hair.
So you used to kick around on this over here?
I did. I kicked here and played a few games of footy here and did some athletics and stuff. So it's good to be back.
If we went into the school now, would there be pictures of you and a statue, or is that coming?
No, I don't think so, mate. No statue, no.
Not school captain, or?
I know I left in year 10, so I don't think we had anything like that. No.
What kind of student were you?
Straight A. I'm not sure. Perhaps ask the teachers. Probably they've got a few stories.
Community camps seem to have changed over the years. Is that a fair assumption? Back 5-6 years ago, you were frantic for 3, 4, 5 days. Now it's probably spread out a little bit more.
Yeah, no, the boys work pretty hard. We're pretty full on schedule when we get here, and we try to cover and get to as many people as we can. We know we don't get to the rural spots as often as we would like, just through circumstances. But the boys love getting up here and seeing the fans and all that sort of stuff, and I think the people love it as well.
NAB Cups next week. Will you play round 1? Where are you at?
I think so. I haven't had that conversation with Woosha and the coaching staff, but with a shortened version, unless you make the grand final, I think you'll see the majority of players get rolled out in round 1 now.
Yeah, you had a lot of influx of sort of young 21, 22-year-olds. How much will we expect to see them in the NAB Cup? And are they sort of forcing their way towards the best 22?
Yeah, we've got some players that are forcing their way. I think it's going to be really competitive for spots. The first NAB Cup will give an opportunity to see a lot of different players with the format. So I'd expect it to be pretty competitive and the boys going hard.
Any names in particular who are standing out?
No, there's quite a few. So I think you'll see a pretty competitive side straight away.
And people take a lot of different approaches to the NAB Cup. You guys come close to winning it, but haven't. Is that come into your mind at all? Or?
No, I think Woosha's philosophy has always been about preparing for the season, so that's how we treat it. I think he took Coxie off at half time of the NAB Cup grand final last year, and so it's about preparing the players for round 1. But we still like to win and compete. But
you got
it's
taken
about
off at half time. Would you be dirty?
No, look, if that's what Woosh and the medical staff thought was best for my prep for the season, then I'm happy with that.
Is it a bit of a shame your hometown didn't get a match with the Fremantle match?
It is, yeah, it was disappointing. I don't think the ground came up to scratch, and I think they would have got behind it, and it would have been nice to see an AFL game up here.